Ladies and gentlemen, please make your way to your seats. The show is about to begin.
Well, hey there, Littermates. How are you today? Sorry about that. Just making sure my volume was up. Hey, Littermates. Welcome back to Boss Kitty Live. I am your host, Boss Kitty, and it is a delightfully cold, freezing cold Monday. At least here in Oregon, it is. Little toesies are so cold right now. It's crazy because it's really bright and beautiful outside, right? However, when you take a look, when you actually go outside, it's like 27 degrees. So it's at 20. My music was at 40 initially, and I brought it back down. Did we change where it needs to be down to? Negative 55 now? Good to know. TK got a new compressor and it's not working apparently, so hopefully we're about to fix that right now. Hello Marie, how are you? Op? Oh my gosh. My audio sounds a bit off. Hopefully Fiendcraft, it should be fixed now. We have a compressor that wasn't quite set up the way it's supposed to be set up. Can you guys hear the music at this point? It's not in my ear, but I assume that you can all hear it, and that's really all that matters. You're still getting mice found one and up. Oh my gosh, but you did get a kitten, so congratulations on that. I sound better now. Well, that's good. I'm glad to hear that I sound better. I think it's, do you see the music? Do you see the... Yeah, do you want me to manually move it? Okay. Hello, Viper Zip. How are you? To all of our new faces and names out there, let me just
thank you for being a friend.
We're so glad to have you here. Just so you're aware, we are here on Mondays and Wednesdays at 6:30 p.m. Pacific time. And we do a little game show three times each night. So the first session will be at 6:45, so in about 15 minutes, then 7:15, and then 7:45, every half an hour. So, and you just need to be a subscriber and chat it up with us, basically. You want me to do it again so you can see where it's at? We're gonna, my apologies for how loud that was. We're gonna test a little Golden Girls button here again, just for a second.
Thank you for being a friend.
Perfect. Okay. There we go. It's 26 here with some snow on the way. Yeah, we've got no snow. It's bright as fuck outside. It's just so cold. TK and I have been trying to be more active, right? So we've been going for walks and stuff. And I'm like bundled up in like 4 layers with my hoodie completely zipped up, or not zipped up, but scrunched up around my face. I can't see anything. It's just, it's bone chilling cold around here. It was so loud. BK's mic is really quiet, but the sound effect was loud on my end anyway. Do you want me to bring my mic closer? Okay. Today, winter blew in once again in Oklahoma. Your hands were cold and you're working on a pair of mittens right now. Michaela, that sounds delightful. And also quick shout out to Michaela as our newest littermate over at Patreon. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it. Have some confetti, my dear. So it is Monday. We're going to be working on my sweater. Working on our sweater night. Our night sweater. Is it a night sweater? We're going to try a noise again real quick, guys. We're just trying to figure out sounds and stuff and all that good stuff. Go ahead. That was a fart. It was a very short fart.
Oopsie.
That was Katie saying oopsie. You're actually wearing your accessories in this temp. Oh my goodness. You are brave. You have your volume all the way up and you can hardly hear me. Is it better now? Can you guys hear me better now? I know that this is like 30 seconds behind, so I'm not sure. TK is also monitoring in the other room. So let me know if it sounds better now. Hopefully it does. Cross my fingers. And then we'll go ahead and just get started on this sweater. I do have a reveal for you. We are going to reveal the drop date for our Doctor Who box set. I'm trying to remember what date we went with. I know what month it's in, poor TK. Not only am I going to reveal the drop date, but I'm going to tell you a little bit of really cool stuff about it. So we're going to talk a little bit about that after our first round of Wheel of Goodies and Goof 'em Ups. But for now, let's just get into our nice chill sweater here. Oh, good. Okay. Glad it sounds better. TK is a wizard. He's my whiz kid. So here's my beautiful sweater. I have not worked on this since last time. And honestly, that's because I went and got my knucks touched up on Thursday. And so they've been kind of tender and I didn't really want to knit very much. But I think I'll be good to go. Hopefully this time she went a little deeper. So the places where they faded, like heavily faded, there was no ink that the ink lifted. Those should stick. I was perfectly fine with the fading color. I thought that looked really cool, actually. So they'll fade back down again, and they're going to peel and do all that stuff that they do. Thank you. You're amazing. Okay. I'm going to, yeah. Okay, so yeah, anyway, I haven't really worked on it very much. And Op, is your birthday today? Thank you, Leela. You know, you'd think that I've had them for years, and I haven't. I've only had them for about 2 months now, so this was the first touch-up, the only touch-up, hopefully. They should be fine after that. I'm aware that these will have to be touched up every few years because they're on my knucks. You know, they're on my knuckles, and they're going to get banged up, and they're going to be out in the sun and all of that, but still. Yeah, you're quiet. You were fine for me at first, then I cranked the volume and then made the Golden Girl song too loud. I don't know. I have you up way more than usual. Let's see if this fixes it for you guys. Let me know if this is any better for some of you. Bring our mic in a little bit. Make sure I'm not hitting it though. Apologies, you guys. There we go. See, let me know if that's any better. We'll do the best we can here, and TK will continue to work on it. So here's the trick here, you guys. I've got 2 sleeves to do. I already have the rest of the yarn split up for each sleeve, and I have it written in my phone exactly how I'm going to set this up. So those are all great. Thank you. My nails that are chipping. It's a Holo Taco. I don't remember what colorway it is. Like a sky blue of some type. And I really love it, but of all the Holo Taco colors I have, it stays on. It doesn't stay on very long compared to the other ones. Like, it likes to peel, and I don't know why. It's really strange, but that's okay. The only one that hasn't been split in half is the soot, because the soot was only used on the sleeves. So this gets a little tricky. I know there's 4 ounces here, so I need to have at least 2 ounces for the other side so that it's halvesies, right? So we're going to turn my scale on here. I've got it on ounces already. We are at 2 point, oh my gosh, we're basically at 2. This is not going to be good. Man, oh man, oh man. Okay, so I might actually have to take some out. Well, actually, what if I look at grams instead? Let's do this, because last time I did this, it was not there. So 59 grams. Let me look up grams to ounces, because that's a little more exact, I guess. These come, so, oh, you know what, actually, these come in 100 grams, so I know that there's 8 grams left in here, or 9 grams, somewhere around there, that I can use. And if I pull this out, what happens? It doesn't go down that much. Okay, cool. I think I'll have enough then to be able to get through the sleeve. We're gonna find out. If I'm down to 50 grams at that point and we don't have enough, then I'm screwed and we'll just have to take it out and go a little shorter. We'll see what happens. It'll be exciting and fun. But I'm gonna leave that there, turn it on from time to time just to see where I'm standing. Op, it is your birthday. Fantastic. Well, in that case, happy birthday, Op. We're so glad that you're part of Our litter pile, thank you so much for all your support and being part of the BK family. Mwah. You moved you over to my TV so you can up the volume. Well, that helps. I think he's coming in here to fiddle with it again. The amount you're required to wash your hands at work, you've got both your hands touched up once a year. Emily, yeah, exactly, right? And it's funny because when you initially have them done, you need to touch them up constantly as well. Before you do this, can you click over? Oh, never mind. It'll take you a fair amount of time to find where I need to go. I think that it's just a 1x1 rib, but I'm not sure. You're up louder than usual on the TV too. That's okay though. We'll figure it out. Okay, so I am actually... My volume at this point is exactly where it has been. Let me know if it sounds any better. I'm gonna cross my fingers. Brittany, I usually guesstimate as well, but in this case, because I'm cutting it so close, I don't want to run out because I don't have any more of this particular colorway in this dye lot. You love the color, Hanks, you have in the view today. Thank you. This is Oopsie. As You Wish and Bruiser. Bruiser is so beautiful, especially in person, you guys. Like the camera doesn't generally do it justice, although today it really is. You can see all that purple and browns that come through on it. Perfect. Good. Okay, so I'm gonna look at my pattern real quickly and see what I'm supposed to do for the cuff here. Like I said, I'm pretty sure it's a 1x1. No, 1x1 for 2.5 inches. We'll see how that goes. Okay, so we're just going to do a quick 1x1 rib. We've already done one knit, so we'll just pop right over to our purl. And that's all it is a knit purl back and forth. We kind of went over this. Am I supposed to go down a size a needle? I don't think so. Decrease half of the stitches is Oh, that's good to know. Okay, so knit 2. Okay, cool. So let's see here. This is really weird the way that this is written. And this is a free pattern, so I'm going to read it out loud. It says, next round, decrease half of the stitches as follows. Knit 2 together around however many times. That's fine. That's easy. But then it says continue and knit 1, purl 1 rib for 2.5 inches or desired length. What do you mean continue into knit 1, purl 1 rib? I haven't even started that rib. So the word continue should not be there. I don't think it should be there. I would put down start knit 1, purl 1 rib for 2.5 or desired length. So listen to me, Le Poof Sweater. I'm not a fan of how you have that written out. So in case somebody from Hedgehog Fiber is watching this, and I highly doubt they are, maybe update your pattern, please. I'm kidding. It's not that big of a deal, honestly. So all that means is that this round we're actually going to decrease, which will be great. That'll actually really help me out with my yardage. Continue after the decrease. Yeah. Oh my gosh, Bruiser looks like a great sweater color. Bruiser is a fantastic sweater color. It is the sexiest of sexy sweater colors. By the way, I did make the sweater I'm wearing for those of you who are new to the show. This is done in soot, which is also the color I'm using here. Obviously, I have a theme. And if you look at the front of it, you can't see... Oh, you can't see them all. This is the soundtrack sweater. It actually usually only takes 2 colors. I did it in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 colors. So we have soot for the main color. Then I have, we'll do it right here. This is Rockadoodle, which is no longer available, but you could use Princess of Mars. This is, although Rockadoodle will be in the grab bags, this is, maybe it is still available right now. You should check. This is Electric Lemon, also not available, but Bath Yellow would work really well, and Tales from St. Olaf would work really well. This is Ectoplasm right here. This is, not Cynthia's Lunchbox. This is Cold as Ice. And then the purple right here, right here is Cynthia's Lunchbox. Oh, look at that. My fingers match Cold as Ice. That's amazing. Okay. Thank you. And hello, Miss Monster. You need all the Bruiser. Yeah, Bubbles loves Bruiser. So when I made yours, there was... Oh my gosh, that's where I started the rib knit. Okay, good. That makes me feel better, Emily. kitten is like maybe 2 pounds. She's lucky and you can see her spine. Oh, that's okay. She's still really, really tiny. Honestly, that's part of it. Okay, so we're just going to knit 2 together all the way across, it sounds like. And that's how we're having these. I have mixed feelings about decreasing by knitting 2 together. When you knit 2 together, it slants everything one way, right? And so my brain says that you should do a knit 2 together, slip, slip, knit, knit 2 together, slip, 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 knit, so that your fabric isn't slanting all one way. But I also feel like that's very oh, I thought I'd already answered that. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's just me being nitpicky though. Katrina, I'm so sorry. I thought I'd already answered your question. It is called Oopsie, and I believe this is our last skein of it currently. It's only available in DK. When you go on the website, there's not actually a picture of it in there at the moment. I keep forgetting to add it. But yeah, it's called Oopsie, Oopsie, because it's a color that was not ever meant to be. And then I fell in love with it and everybody else fell in love with it. And it's this lovely denim color. And it's got a great kind of chill weekend vibe to it. My apologies on that one. Miriam, hello everyone. Just got home, so happy to end the day here. We're happy to have you here with us. You want a shawl out of Bruiser, to be honest, something brioche. Oh my gosh, T. Andy, that would be gorgeous. If you did this with like, let me think. So it depends. If you wanted to go really subtle, you could go snuffy, but I think this would look really decadent in brioche with Bruiser, which is the base for this, or not Bruiser, I'm sorry, Brass Monkey, which is the base for this anyway. I think that would just be really, really beautiful. You have a weird habit of buying yarn you love and never using it because you love it. That is a habit that a lot of people have, actually. You're not the only one that I've heard that from. And honestly, I will say this. I truly believe that collecting yarn is as much of a hobby as knitting or crocheting. Do you guys know what time it is? So already time for the Wheel of Goodies and Goof Maps. First round. Oh my gosh, we're just flying by today. Right? It's already time for our first round. Who knew? I guess you guys did. Countdown till your family member will be 16. That's very exciting. Here we go. Let's get that boring stuff out of the way and find out who our winner is. Oh, Virginia, I'm glad you get to hang out and actually not lurk. That's really exciting. Kelly Sadler, congratulations. You are our first contestant on the Wheel of Goodies and Goof 'em Ups. So exciting. Let's get that wheel open for you. Hello, Wheel. Are you going to be nice to Kelly today? For those of you who are new to the show, this is Wheel. Wheel can be temperamental sometimes. We have lots of stuff on here. We have Blinky Rolls, we have merch codes, we have Game Over, unfortunately. We have dad jokes and adject animal sounds. We have Ravelry patterns for up to $5, Ravelry patterns for up to $10, free shipping on your next purchase, international or domestic. And Yarn Tarot is on here as well, although my Yarn Tarot is over here, so I'm secretly hoping it doesn't land on that. Okay, we're going to do this. Are you ready? This is all for you, Kelly. Pushing the button. Oh no, not game over.
Game over.
Man, right out the bag, we're starting off with a game over. Kelly, I'm so sorry, but as you know, the plus side is that you get to play again on Wednesday, or you're eligible to play again on Wednesday. Thank you so much for all your support as a subscriber. We really appreciate having you here. Wheel, get out of here.
See you later, alligator.
Okay, we'll come back to the wheel in about half an hour. I know, bad wheel. Everybody wants the dad jokes. I want the dad jokes, honestly. I want to see them. I haven't seen them since I recorded them. Like TK put them all together. They look beautiful. I have this mixed feeling of pride and embarrassment whenever I watch one of them. Oh, I'm glad you enjoyed yourself, Silvo, Kelly. I love Yarn Tarot, Dawn, for sure. It's a lot of fun. They're just all the way over there. Yarn Tarot is your favorite. It's a lot of people's favorite, and I really dig that. I am happy that you guys enjoy it. It was kind of a gamble when I first started it. because I wasn't sure if everybody would dig it or not. But it seems to be a popular and a favorite, so keeping it around. Oh, if they're right here, I'll grab them if it runs on it. I promise. We won't skip it. I'm just being lazy and I don't want to move around very much right now. I'm tired today. It was a long weekend. Not in a bad way, it was just draining. I will say, and I'm very proud of this achievement. I was telling TK about this earlier. You guys can laugh at me if you want, but I've been trying to be more active. I told you that. So when the month started, when the year started, I was lucky if I could do 10 squats without being like, oh my God, I'm dying. And I did 40 squats in a row with no problem today. I mean, my butt burned a little bit, my thighs burned a little bit, but I got through it. It was really exciting. I mean, I was very proud of myself. Yarn and tarot, it's beautiful. Agreed. Yarn Tarot inspired you to buy a tarot deck. Oh my gosh, that makes me so happy. Oh my gosh, I told you guys that we would talk about Doctor Who, didn't I? Oh my God, I almost forgot. So, first things first, let me tell you, we are releasing a Doctor Who boxed sets. That sounded weird, didn't it? And the release date for those, for our patrons, I believe, is May 19th. Let me double check that date. May 19th. Yeah, that's a Friday. So we'll do our early release party on Friday, May 19th, and those for our patrons only. They will have 48 hours to buy their boxed sets before anybody else does. Those will obviously, we will have those, we'll do pre-sale on those as well, so don't worry too much about it. And I'm going to tell you that it is possible that the Doctor Who box set will be the only boxed sets that we do this year, depending on what happens in the fall, and more to come on that. Because it's Doctor Who, and because it's the 60th anniversary of Doctor Who, we really wanted to go big with this one. So there will not be one boxed set. There will be 2 box sets. 2 Doctor Who box sets released at the same time. One will be the Doctors, not all of the Doctors. It'll be a 5 or 6 pack of Doctors. And then the secondary box set will be companions and or monsters. I haven't decided exactly what's going in there, but anything that's not a Doctor goes in there. You have the option to buy whichever one you want, or you can buy both. There will be at least one patron-exclusive colorway that patrons can order to go with either box set or with both box sets if they want 2 of it. There might be 2, one for each box set. I haven't quite decided yet. I'm still figuring all this out. This is going to be huge, though. It's going to be our biggest event that we've had for box sets so far, I think. Will it be all timey-wimey? So much timey-wimey. Oh, all of the timey-wimey. There will be no timey-wimey in these box sets, though. You guys can order time. Obviously, we'll have a ton of timey-wimey available at that point, though. And we might even have it on sale for people who buy box sets that you get like 10% off your skeins of timey-wimey at the same time. I'm not sure. I have to talk to TK. I shouldn't say those things out loud until I speak to my business partner, but here we are. You already want both. And here's why we decided to go this route, you guys. There are like 14 Doctors when all is said and done. There's no way I'm getting all of them in there. But then you have companions, you have monsters and villains, although I will be honest, villains and monsters in Doctor Who do not have a lot of color choices. It's a lot of chrome, to be honest. But you have so many options there that we could not just bring it down and compile it into 5 or 6 skeins. That seemed unfair. So we really wanted to have one that just focused on the Doctors. And then we had one that focused on your companions, and your villains, and whatever other types of, you know, if we didn't have a timey-wimey TARDIS blue, that would have gone in that set as an example. Someone just got pulled over right outside your window. Oh my gosh, Yarn Pirate. That's, oh my. At least they just got pulled over. Or beige gray. Exactly. Exactly, Op. I was like, TK's like, you could do Cybermen. I was like, that's silver. That's Mithril. We already did that. Yay. And then he's like, what about Daleks? And I was like, that's black and chromey colors, I guess, unless you're going with the new stuff, in which case it's like, you got some bold colors in there, I guess, but they're all different. So who knows? We'll figure it out, though, for sure. And Weeping Angels are great, right? You see how this works? Tom Baker is the best. He was the Doctor when you were growing up. Trina, Tom Baker is TK's favorite. And I promise you that we will have Doctors from both Old Who and New Who. However, with that in mind, remember that the first Doctor and the second Doctor were in black and white, so trying to put them in there might be a little difficult. But once you start getting color in there, the colors for the old Who are really vibrant and should be a lot of fun. And I've already started thinking about what colors to do for new Who and old Who. It's going to be a blast. We're very excited about it. We could do Candyman Who Fought 7. Oh. Just set an alarm for the 19th. I love it, Megan. So yes, be prepared for the early release of the Doctor Who boxed sets May 19th for patrons. We will do an early release party. As always, I will dress up. I have no idea what that hot shit's going to look like. And we'll have a lot of fun. It'll be a blast. So that's happening in May. Before May, though, coming up this next month, I believe, let me look at my calendar again. You guys didn't know this was just going to be a chit chat today, huh? February 13th, during the show, we will release the grab bags for patrons. So they will be available starting at 6:30 p.m. Pacific time on February 13th to our patrons. Then they will become available to everybody else on Wednesday the 15th at 6:30 p.m. Pacific time. It's 48 hours. These bad boys right here all are going into grab bags. There's some over here off to the side. Not all of it, but some of it going into grab bags. I've got blanks that are going into grab bags after I dye them up. We have a lot of BKDK kitty glitter. Like, these grab bags are going to be so much fun. There's so much new and weird stuff in there that we don't usually sell. So definitely want to get your hands on one of those. I think they're going for 3 skeins for $65. We upped it like $5 because of all the kitty glitter and the speckled or the blanks. But that's still a really great price. You're coming out to less than $22 a skein. Who? That's 4 days after your birthday, Emily. That is perfect. Your son met 10 with me, and he was talking to my son. My son wouldn't say a word. After he's like, "Oh, Mom, the doctor knew my name." Oh, my heart. That's so wonderful. I probably wouldn't say a word either, honestly. Okay, let's get back to it. So yeah, those are the 2 events that we have coming up here, just around the corner. Who? That Witch Megan, thank you so much for becoming our newest patron under Gracie's gang. We truly appreciate it. Oh my gosh.
Thank you for being a friend.
Seriously, all of our patrons, thank you so much for your extra support. And to our subscribers here, you guys are absolutely fantastic and we love hanging out with you. If you haven't hit the like button, please make sure you do it. It just takes a second or two, and it means that other people get to see this show as well, which you want them to see it because you want more fam and friends in here, guys. It's all about it. You're rewatching the first season. You really love Chris Eccleston. Matt Smith was great and goofy too. I have mixed feelings about Chris Eccleston. Like, sometimes I was like, yes, he's great, and other times I was like, oh God, no. But what's really interesting, and you guys are gonna hate me for this. I love David Tennant. I adore him. I have a little girl crush on him, just like everybody else does. Well, most people. And the first time around when I watched Doctor Who, I was like, oh my God, this man is brilliant. He's so good at this role. And he's still very good at it. But I rewatched Doctor Who a few months ago, and I was not as impressed with him the second time around. Maybe, I mean, it's not even the second time around. It's like probably the third or fourth time around. I was watching it and I was like, okay, so he's just angry all the time. Like, I feel like he's still playing his part from Harry Potter. So if I have to choose between Matt Smith and David Tennant, and just between the two of those ones, I'm going to go Matt Smith. And if I have to choose between Matt Smith and Peter Capaldi, depending on the day and how I'm feeling, some days I'm going to choose Peter Capaldi because I apparently have a soft spot for grumpy old men. Who knew? You feel the exact same way about David Tennant as Sue. Thank you, Bubbles. Whew. Okay, good. Hi, Laura. How are you? Laura, you just missed the big reveal. We're going to do a Doctor Who. We're doing Doctor Who boxed sets, plural. They will drop on May 19th for our patrons. And we will have one that is not all the doctors, but it'll be the doctor set, and then we'll have like companions and villains and things like that in the second box set. And you can buy both or you can buy one. He was still sorting that out. Peter Capaldi was amazing. I feel like he got the short end of the stick, because he got new writers and everything. And honestly, him and what's her name? I can't remember her real name. The chick who played Clara. I can't stand. That's my least favorite companion, and they just did not work well together. He is a bit angry a lot. It's true. It took you a while. I think it took a lot of people a while to get into Matt Smith because you had new writers, you had newish writers, you had new companions, you had a new doctor. Like everything was new across the board there, and that's very jolting. Even if you come up with like prime grade, beautiful, wonderful, like storytelling and actors and everything, it's not going to matter because it's so varied. Everything's so different that you have to find your groove in it. You hated Donna, really? I love Donna. Martha upsets me. I love Martha the character. I was mad at the creators of the show because I felt like they did her wrong big time. You have I've gone on this soapbox before. You have this beautiful, intelligent woman who is a doctor in her own right? Or at least becoming a doctor in her own right. And like there's so much potential there, right? And instead, they decide that she's just this lovesick puppy who is following the doctor around, who really can not be bothered by her. I mean, he's barely decent to her as a friend because he's still pining over his old companion, which also kind of felt weird sometimes. Yeah, I felt like she had so much potential, and they took this wonderful, beautiful character and decided that she was two-dimensional. Amelia and Rory were your favorite. I love Rory. I love Amy too, but I adore Rory. I have a friend who looks a lot like see, I can't remember names tonight. Amy. We'll just stick with that. You loved Ace. I haven't watched a lot of Ace. TK loved Ace. You still watch Jonna and just cringe. You loved John Pertwee. He was your favorite doctor. He's a lot of fun, Rashana, and his son looks just like him. If you've ever watched Gotham, right? Jack Harkness. The writers did Martha dirty. I'm 100% with you. Thank you, Yarn Pirate. Yeah, right? Like, I just... she had so much potential. And they knew that they had because they had her on the show as a different character, the actress, and they must have liked her, right? I mean, they did that with Peter Capaldi, though, too, so really... Apparently that's a thing they do. Torchwood movies were so good. Torchwood, I enjoyed Torchwood. Sometimes it got a little too real for me, which is the whole point, I suppose. But like there were times where I was like, I don't like any of the characters on here. You're all jerks. You're all horrible people. The human race is horrible. Like, I'm depressed now. Sometimes that's how I would walk away from Torchwood. He's great to see at Comic-Cons as well. I hear that he gets like 100% into those op. For sure. Okay, so we have decreased our stitches. Yay, fantastic. And I can tell because this is a little snug on here. So I'm going to go ahead and start my rib stitch, okay? Once I get through one round of it, I think what I'm going to end up doing is probably changing the cable over to a longer cable so that I can magic loop this. You remember Peter Capaldi's original character in the Pompeii episode? Yeah, he was in the Pompeii episode, and then he was also in one of the Torchwood movies, right? Where they're, like, giving kids away to aliens. I love that man so much. You think a lot of the companions get done dirty in the last... they just fall in love with the doctor and become a mess. Seriously, they do. Sarah Jane is your favorite. She is an OG. Through and through, Roxanne. See, I would do a K9 colorway, but once again, chrome. Like, BBC, come on, you're killing me here. Not because of Claire herself, because I really had the feeling the writers weren't going to do anything interesting with her. She was your least favorite. Long to get used to. Hold on one second. I'm going back up so I can read. You had enough of Clara after like 2 episodes. That's kind of how I felt about her too. Like she was very intense. And my biggest issue with her happened with Peter Capaldi when she demanded that he kill the master, basically, or Missy. I was not a fan of her giving him ultimatums to kill people. It sat really badly with me. It's like so you were the type of that type of person is generally the type of person that the doctor decides to take home and not make a companion. Please have a Missy yarn. Maybe. Maybe. It might be on the docket. I mean, there's so many options out there that I could do, and I can't do them all. She got power hungry for real. Look at us with our Doctor Who chitter chatter tonight. I love it. So I tried really hard to go back and watch a lot of the old Who, but there's so many episodes missing. TK and I had BritBox for a while, and so we were able to watch a fair amount of them that way. And it was fascinating. Which one did we watch? Did we watch number 2? I think we watched number 2's trial, and then he ended up being sent to Earth, right? And he had to stay there, and then he became number 3. Because not because he died, but because they were like, because he was like, oh, you can't send me to Earth, you can't exile me to Earth, because everybody there knows me because I'm just that awesome. And they're like, new face, deal with it. So that was, I kind of liked that. I liked that he didn't have to die in order to regenerate. For the missing ones, you know what though, Op, you can find on YouTube there, because they still have the script for those, right? So you can find on YouTube, you can find a lot of animated shorts of the of what it was supposed to be. Not a ton of them. Maybe TK knows more about where those are, but I've seen a few of them, and those are really cool. And if you're watching the show and you're missing a few episodes, those kind of work as filler. Like, you get the idea of what's going on there. It's not perfect, but it's what we've got. Once again, if you are new to the show, we're so thrilled to have you here. Welcome to Boss Be Alive, where all your knitting and crochet dreams come true. That sounds terrible. I'm never saying that again. It is Monday. It is our make-along day, so I'm working on my Le Pouf sweater. If you want to join our make-along, by the way, you still have plenty of time. Head over to our Discord, !Discord. You can find the Fall-Winter Mal, and if you click on the little, just itch a little bit. If you click on the little pinned button up at the top, it's going to show you my very first message in there. Click on, I think it's like go to pin or go to message, and it will scramble you right up to the very top of that feed, where all 10 or 12 of the patterns that you can choose from for the make-along are. We are very inclusive when it comes to our make-along. I don't like to just say you have to do knit or you have to do crochet. So there are knitted patterns and crocheted patterns you can choose from. And I know that different people have different body types, right? So they're made differently. Like, there's some really fitted ones, cropped ones, long ones, bulkier ones. It just depends on what people are more comfortable with. The idea was just that we wanted to make cardigans as a group, and then that'll go through till May. And at that point, we will go ahead and pick a winner from all of the cardigans that were made, and that person will get a $50 gift card to BossKittyShop.com. Some still have the audio too. Yep. You got to meet Peter Davison at a comic convention once. Amazing. Is post Claire Capaldi better? Because I don't deal with the two of them, and then life happened and get. No, it's not. It's terrible. They're awful together. Can't stand it. That forced regeneration was a key talking point in last year's Christmas episode. It was a key talking point because yeah. Jody had to go through some of that stuff too. I love all the old ones when Douglas Adams was the showrunner. I didn't know he was a showrunner. Like, you just blew my mind. I had no idea. Shortly after Billy showed up, she was after Clara. Oh, Bill? I love Bill. Bill is one of my favorite of the newer companions. Like, I adore Bill. I feel like Bill did not get enough screen time. One season was not enough Bill for me. Oh, so good. And her chemistry with Peter Capaldi. That actress, like, they did really well together. You collect the Doctor Who books. Amazing. I used to have a sonic screwdriver a long time ago when I worked in a comic book shop far, far away. And I got cool stuff like that. I no longer have it, obviously. The first season of Matt Smith. That's fair. It wasn't for everybody. What a trip. I still re-listen to the Hitchhiker's Guide series every few years. Okay, so Hitchhiker's Guide. What is your preference? The book? The OG movie made for TV weird movie that they made back in like the 80s, or the newer movie? Tell me. I prefer the book, I think. Yeah, I prefer the book. Bill is amazing and Nargle is amazing. He also wrote some of the episodes. And I know that there's an episode or two that Neil Gaiman wrote, actually, as well. One of them, I believe, is the Doctor's wife. Loved meeting Casta step by step when I was a kid, and also meeting Ian Ziering at Bob's clothing store when I was a kid. Marie, that's so cool. Yes, you did, Trina. Haven't seen the new one yet. So you have the comics and 4, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13 sonic screwdrivers, and many more things. Oh, I'm so jealous. I remember my brother was obsessed with Doctor Who when he was little. He had a toothbrush of his sonic screwdriver. It was an electric toothbrush and it made funny noises because that's the best thing ever. Okay, Heather, you absolutely have to watch some Doctor Who. I agree. I don't know what to tell you to start with though, because my heart wants to tell you to start with like OG old Who, but that's kind of off-putting for a lot of people because it's more nostalgia at this point. They watch it and after having watched New Who and they're like, oh, look at Doctor Who and all of his crazy hijinks, right? So maybe start with New Who, but if you start with New Who, which would be 9 Eccleston, just keep in mind when you're watching those first few episodes that it is cheesy and corny on purpose. Because I did not know that when I first watched it. And I was like, this is the stupidest shit I've ever seen. And my friend was like, you have to just keep watching. I will pay you $10 to get through 5 episodes. Just trust me. BBC radio series. Yes, Yarn Pirate. There it is. I haven't listened to it. You haven't read the book or seen the original movie, but you just watched the newer movie for the first time and liked it. It's a lot of fun, but there's way more to the book, and the book is written so brilliantly. You guys have 4 whole minutes until our next round of Wheel of Goodies and Goof 'em Up. So make sure if you are not a subscriber that you smash that little button. Just smash it once, though. If you smash it twice, then you're not a subscriber anymore. It's very confusing. And then start chatting it up with us. Those are the 2 things. 2 things, 1, 2, that you need to do in order to be eligible to potentially win yarn, make me make weird animal noises, get a dad joke, whatever the hell you get off that wheel. That's the only way you're going to get it. Has anyone knit any of the scarves? My favorite is the 12th Doctor's. I have not knit any scarves from Doctor Who. I have always dreamed of making a Doctor Who sweater pattern that has like a lot of like intarsia or color work on it, right? I want to have like 2 hearts on the sleeve so that he has his hearts on his sleeve. These are things I've thought about. I want TARDISes around the yoke. Like I want to incorporate different parts of different Doctors into it. And maybe someday I will do that. That will not be part of the book set, clearly. If that was the case, you guys wouldn't get it until next year. But it's good to know that I've got an audience for it. You started with Matt Smith and got completely hooked. You know what? That's actually a decent place to start as well because you do have a fully new cast again. So 12 is not a bad spot to start, or 11 rather is not a bad spot to start. Definitely with Matt Smith. So I actually that's a pretty good idea. If you can't get past the cheese, then definitely start there. You haven't read or seen the original Hitchhikers, however, you're a big Rickman fan, so the new movie for you is that. Ashlyn, absolutely. Everyone is chatting about Doctor Who. Me? I'm meh. That's okay, little brat. What is your favorite, what's your favorite nerd thing then? You know, and it doesn't have to be like classic nerd. It can be just something that you feel that you are a goofball over, something you obsess over that you love and adore. The other people either agree with you or they can roll their eyes from time to time, right? Okay, let's see here. Knit Cat, I have knit 2 of the 4th Doctor scarves. Hi, by the way. Hello, Knit Cat. How are you? So what we're doing right now is I'm going to go ahead and pull out a longer cable. Hopefully I've got one so that we can magic loop this. Oh, yeah, I do. We're good. I want the longest cable I have, and it looks like these are both the exact same size. Somewhere I have a longer cable than this, but this will work for today. Oh my gosh, Alan Rickman, that voice is everything. I mean, think about Dogma, right? You play the voice of God, for crying out loud. So good. Dogma is probably my favorite Kevin Smith movie. And you can't find it anywhere. And I had no idea why you couldn't find it anywhere until TK and I went to a live showing of, what did we go see, TK? We saw one of the Silent Bob movies, I think. I don't remember at this point. The last one. And we went to a Q&R, right? With Kevin Smith and Jay. And he explained that he doesn't have the rights to his own damn movie, so that's why you don't see it anywhere. And I did not know that. I was kind of blown away by that, actually. So, oops, I took the wrong one off. Because I'm a shite. I'm a big goober. So we have to fix this now. Pay attention to what you're doing, BK. And I know it's 7:15. We're going to go right into Wheel of Goodies and Goof 'em Ups right here in a second. But I do need to get this on here so that I don't lose stitches. So just give me one sec, kiddos. That's on me. We're going to put this needle on here too, just to keep things secure. You geek out over psych. That's not a bad thing. Yeah, see? God will forever look like Alanis to you, as she should. Okay. So this is on here. You know what time it is, guys. It's time. It's time for the Wheel of Goodies and Goof 'em Ups. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Let's go ahead and head back over to our main. Oh, not 50 Shades of Twilight. I've never read or watched 50 Shades of Grey, and I watched and read Twilight at the behest of my friend, and it was like, this is garbage. If you like Twilight, I'm not judging you. Everybody has their dirty little thing that they love, and that's totally fine. Same with 50 Shades of Grey. I have no idea because I've never watched it. I think it was the part in Twilight where it was the second book after he left her, and where the chapters were just the days of the month, or the month names, right? Because she was literally just a shell of a person for however many months. I was so mad. I was like, this is what you have teenage girls reading? No. This is ridiculous. That is not what you should be teaching them. Okay. Who is our winner going to be? Oh, Sailor Moon. Okay. You know what? That's really funny, Nightbot. But no. He wins nothing. He wins my love and affection, and that should be enough. TK is not allowed to win. 9. No! What the heck, dude? What is happening right now? Oh, no. Don't do it again. There we go. Bubble toes. Bubble, congratulations. You are our second contestant on the Wheel of Goodies and Goof 'em Ups. Let's get over to the wheel. There it is. That beautiful wheel that we all love. Okay, wheel. You're the best wheel ever, so don't do jerky things today, okay? So real quick, once again, if you're just new to here, we've got lots of cool stuff on this wheel and a few things that aren't so cool. We've got adject animal sounds, dad jokes, blinky rolls, free shipping, Ravelry patterns for $5 or $10, merch codes for buttons and stickers, yarn tarot, and game over. That's it. Bubbles, I'm spinning the wheel for you. Let's do it. That's a free shipping code. Congratulations.
Congratulations, you're a winner.
Bubbles, you know how this works. Just message me on Discord and I will get that free shipping code right over to you. It works on your next purchase. The free shipping code will last for 1 year. So just keep that in mind. Wheel, thank you very much. We will see you in just a little bit.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. And we'll get back to the wheel in about half an hour. In the meantime, my loves, do you know what time it is?
It's time to stretch.
This is me stretching, by the way. Okay, so we're going to stretch. Notice I'm sitting up a little bit taller, right? I'm just pulling this little string right here. We've been doing our neck a lot lately, and that's really actually been very helpful. So please, 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 if you're joining us and you're like, oh, stretches, please, they're so important. Make sure you do them. You're doing repetitive motion with your upper body all the time, probably your feet and legs too, but really with in this day and age, we sit a lot, we type, we knit, we crochet, we do all those things. We give people the bird, I like to say. So stretching is really important. So feel free to do these with us. We're going to start with our neck. I'm going to turn my head to the right, and then I'm going to take my right hand and I'm just going to kind of tap on my chin a little bit to make my neck go a little bit further. Just like that. I've never read Handmaid's Tale. I've watched the show. I got to a point where I had to stop because it was just stressing me the hell out. You found it so boring and hard to get through. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and turn back to the center. Make sure you're sitting up straight. You want your shoulders kind of down a little bit. And then we're going to turn to the left and do the same thing. Someday this will go away. Just like that. You should feel this along right in here, mostly. And it'll go into your shoulder as well. I'm sitting here like with my eyes to the side trying to read chat still. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and just tilt our head to one side. I'm going to start with the left. And instead of using my hand on my chin, I'm going to use my hand on the top of my head just to pull, because I'm not doing it back here. Now I'm doing it along underneath my ear that comes down. And this will be a little deeper of a stretch. There we go. Made me yell at the screen a few times. Perfect. And now we're going to go ahead and do the other side. Just like so. Ooh, something popped. That was nice. Punk. Watch my head like just fall off my shoulders. You did it. You made it to the 7th inning of stretch. You did, Pumpkin. Hello. How are you? It's good to see you. Add some confetti. So we've gone ahead and done our neck. It feels great. I'm going to roll it around if you need to. That's when I get my crunchies out. We're going to do our shoulders and our back now. So you're going to take one hand across, bring it over your chest, and then take your other hand, and you can either cup it on your elbow. I recommend on your forearm. That helps to continue to stretch your arm, but it's not really, really pushing hard. And then I like to just kind of reach for something with the hand I'm stretching, with the arm I'm stretching. Just like that. There we go. Your neck just popped like Rice Krispies. Emily, then you did something right. You haven't watched because you and your mom share your Hulu and you didn't want her to lose her place. That's very sweet of you. Okay, we're going to go ahead and extend forward. Hello, my loves. And come across. Same thing. Just like that. Looks like I'm showing my tattoos off to you guys. Sup? Okay. Oh, that one actually feels really good in my shoulder. Ugh. There we go. And then just kind of roll your shoulders a little bit. Now we're going to go ahead and take care of the underside of our forearm. So you can come forward like so, or you can put it on a table, whichever you prefer. I like to come forward with one hand. The other hand, I'm going to grab hold of my fingers and I'm going to pull them back. And you're going to feel this in your hand. You're going to feel this in your forearm, the bottom of your forearm. This is really important if you're typing a lot, if you are crocheting or knitting or weaving or any of those things where you're doing repetitive motion with your hands. Your fingers work like little puppets, right? And you need those strings to be stretched out. Oh, that feels good. Okay, so next hand. Extend it out. Take your other hand and just pull. Oh, Hippo Monkey, hello. How are you feeling? I'd give you some... Here, let me get you some confetti too. There you go. Wonderful. Okay, and then just rotate those wrists out. Now we're going to do the top of our hands and the top of our forearm as well. So you're going to put your elbow down like you're getting ready to arm wrestle somebody. Except for instead, you're just going to flop your hand forward. And you're very gently going to just press down on it with your other hand. You don't want to do this really hard, though, because you don't want to snap anything in your wrist. There's a ton of bones in your wrist, and I've broken so many of them, it's not even funny. Don't break them. Good, 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 good. And you should really feel this mostly in the wrist, but a little bit in your forearm as well. We're going to trade sides, like so. Flop forward, just like that. And this one I actually need to... You know what's really funny is the more I do this, the less I can feel it, which is, I mean, that's good, I suppose, right? Hi, Left. How are you? Little brat, it's good to see you. I'm glad to have you back. I think you missed my question. I asked you earlier, little brat, because you're not into Doctor Who, which I totally get. what is a thing that you get nerdy over, right? Like, what's a thing that you obsess over that you absolutely adore and love, and that other people kind of roll their eyes at, or people get really excited with you about? Okay, so now we're going to cup our hand like so. I've got my thumb in this part of between my pointer finger and my thumb right here, and then I've got my 4 fingers on the back side of my hand, and I'm going to pull it towards me. And you should feel that stretch along here. We're really just focused on our wrists. Interesting that one hand has more tension than the other, isn't it? Is it the hand that you are dominant with? And then we're going to go the other way, like so. I have to rumor catastrophe from time to time and watch basketball. Oh, that's hilarious. Okay, so now we're going to do the same thing on this side, like so. Oh, you were the one who said you're the Twilight and 50 Shades nerd. Love it. Absolutely love it. I missed it. I'm sorry. There we go. Perfect. I will give Twilight this. I feel like there was seriously, like, she was trying really hard to get in on the vampire romance vibe that you got from Anne Rice early on, right? I'll give her credit for that. Okay, and then we'll just roll it out. Let's go ahead and go to our overhead camera. Move everything around, and we're just going to go ahead and rotate our fingers. And we're just working our fingers out at this point because I use them all day long. You need to be drawn and quartered to get the stretch. Crafty. Gee, I love it. That's amazing. Appreciate Doctor Who. You've never seen all of it, but you've enjoyed it. You're more of a LOTR and Harry Potter nerd. Matt, we did a Lord of the Rings inspired box set. Oh my gosh, like 2 years ago now, I think. I should show scenes from that because that early release party was flipping epic. I was dressed as a little hobbit. And it had, so we actually still carry some of the colorways that were released in that. Specifically, Mithril was one of the ones. That was a kitty glitter color that we released with it. But Under the Mountain was a colorway. Stormcrow was a colorway. I'm trying to remember what they all were. 11's was a colorway. It's been a while. I don't remember all of them. And then we also did that same year. It's funny that you said that and Harry Potter. We did a Harry Potter inspired scarf kit where we released a scarf pattern, which actually is available to you on our Patreon page, both the crochet and knit version. And then we did kits for all of those, and most of those colors we still carry. So like we called it Griffin Bros. That was Princess of Mars and Tales from St. Olaf. Slithersons were I'll Get You My Pretty and Mithril. Hufflepuff was Leopold and Soot. And Ravendals were Coraline and Brass Monkey, I believe. It's hard to remember them. Okay, guys, our stretches are all done. You should feel like liquid jello. I don't know what liquid jello feels like. It sounds gross, so maybe don't feel like that. I'll throw this back on here. So here is something interesting, and I don't know if this is supposed to be the case. I suspect that this means that I had one too many stitches, and I really don't care, quite frankly. But we're going to double check right now because my last stitch and my first stitch are both knit, and that should not be that case in rib stitch. So I'm going to just come around. I'm going to go knit, pearl, make sure that all my knits are knits and all my pearls are pearls. So just real quickly, just checking this to make sure it's right before I go into the next bit of whatever it is that I'm doing. And then if this is all correct, I'll count my stitches to make sure I have the right number of stitches. I mean, it's not the end of the world, honestly. I can just, in this particular case, I can just knit two together, which looks like that's probably what's going to end up happening. So let me check my pattern real quickly. It says that I should, on my decrease round, I should have, well, if I can remember which one I did, 40 or 44. I don't know which one. We're going to find out. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, 40, 42, 44. So I have one extra stitch than what I should have had. And that is okay. What I'm going to do with that, even though this is not the right size needle for this, I'm just going to slide this over like so with this purl right here, and I'm going to purl these two together. It's underneath the armpit area, so it's the underside. Nobody's ever going to see this. It's not that big of a deal. Not the end of the world. We're good. I'm not worried about it. Okay. Now that we've done that, I'm going to go ahead and start knitting onto my longer needle, or my not longer cable rather. So just like so, we're just going to go ahead and start knitting right onto here. Ouch. Oh, son of a bitch, that hurt. I slid my needles right over the top of my poor little tattoo. It was not pleasant. Not pleasant at all, guys. You like the Aragon books? I never read them. Like, I loved the cover art for them. It's such a weird thing to say. I never read them, though. You love Harry Potter, LOT Aragon, and just read a book called 13 and a Half Lives of Captain Bluebeard. Oh my god, it was adorable. It sounds adorable. Audiobook for the night and try to sleep because I've been awake already. Oh my gosh, little brat for sure. Yeah, get some relaxing sleep in there. That is a lot, girl. Can't type thought. Jeez. Captain Bluebeard comes from a series called Zamonia, and I'm getting ready to read the second one. I was a big Wheel of Time kid. By kid, I mean 19. I was obsessed with Wheel of Time there for a while. And then I realized that I was not obsessed with Wheel of Time. That those stupid books, they get you. And, Hippo Monkey knows exactly what I'm talking about. You have, like, what, 1,500, 3,000, something like that, pages of boring-ass book. Like, seriously, these books are so boring for, like, 3/4 of it. And then you get to the last quarter of that book, and it's action, 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 reveal, reveal, reveal. And you're sitting there, and you're reading every single page, and you cannot put it down. You're like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. And it ends on this cliffhanger, and you run to the store to buy the next book, because this is when Barnes & Noble and all that shit was still, like, you know, predominant, and you didn't buy stuff on Amazon nearly as often. So you run to the store, you buy the next book, you open it up, and it's boring, 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 boring until the last quarter of the book. And it got me every single time until like the 6th book, and Matt was like roaming around in the desert, and I was like, I am done with this shit. I'm done. We're done. Go away. I just couldn't finish it. It's too much for me. Effing Wheel of Time. Thank you. The show confused the hell. So I haven't read Wheel of Time since I was 19 or 20 years old. So we're looking at about 20 years, half my life. And I watched the first season of the show, and it's pretty, right? I'm like, I don't think this is right. I don't remember everything, but I think this is wrong. And I had to look at my friends, and I was like, am I remembering this incorrectly? And they're like, no, you're not. This is trash. I'm like, oh, good. I'm glad. You read the first Wheel of Time book, and afterwards I was like, you know, I'm glad I read that, but I don't need to do it again. Exactly. Your wrists are still damaged from reading so many of those in hardcover. Oh, you poor thing. That is brutal. But seriously, like that was the kicker about those books, was the hook at the end. Every single time you would just get caught up in whatever happened at the end of the last book, and you'd run out and get the next one thinking that's where you'd be, and he got you every time. It was a freaking joke, I swear to God. Pissed me off. My hubby is giving you a new name, Budget Killer. You tell Squirrel that I said I am taking that as a compliment. You've never started those books because they're all narrated by different voices, and I think Audible doesn't have the complete series. I don't think there is a complete series. Did they ever actually complete it? Because I know that he died before he finished it. Writes Drizzt books, and those are amazing and short reads. Have you guys ever read the Myth books? I've never read them. My parents used to read them all the time when I was a kid. They're high fantasy and kind of funny and short and, you know, throwaway books is what my parents used to call stuff like that. But apparently they're a lot of fun. You have read them. I've never read them. I've heard good things, though. Okay. You guys have 15 whole minutes until our final round of Wheel of Goodies and Goof 'em Ups. I don't know what's happening tonight. I'm sorry. You never wanted to burn books so much as Wheel of Time. You're here. You used to watch Sailor Moon just before you would go to high school in 1999, 2003. You also used to watch Caitlin's Way Off. You were a geek in high school. So I was never a huge Sailor Moon fan, but I did enjoy Sailor Moon. I was a huge Cowboy Bebop fan in my young early 20s. And I remember devouring that whole entire show up After I would get off work from Subway, I'd go home and I would just watch a few episodes. And I remember when I finally finished the series, I was so upset and distraught that I cried for 3 days and I had to call in sick. My boyfriend thought I was an idiot, but I was just completely torn apart by that series. Holy shit. Marie, that's adorable. Hello, Jinxie. You're so upset with yourself having to entirely restart Sock. What? What happened? After the last wheel spin, then I'm going to head to Dreamland. Hope I sleep. I'm so tired and dead. Oh, you poor thing. We're close, little brat. We'll be there soon. The ending of Cowboy... Right? It's brutal. It was beautiful, but it was so brutal. I watched the live series on Netflix. I know they only had 1 season. I didn't think it was terrible. I think there's a lot that you can't do with a live show that you can do with anime, right? The lack of Ed was weird, but you know, you didn't have Ed for a few episodes in the beginning anyway. So I don't know. I feel like they didn't, for one thing, they didn't promote it very well. Like, there was not a lot of marketing for that show, which I thought was unfortunate. And I just don't think they gave it a chance. I suspect that Netflix themselves didn't have a lot of faith in it. And so they were probably already freaking out. And then because they didn't promote it very well, it didn't get a lot of views and they freaked out. And they're like, oh, no, we're canceling. And then people are like, what? What are you canceling? Oh, there's a Cowboy Bebop live action? Cool. So, you know. You enjoyed the real life for what it was. Exactly. You had to look at it for what it was. It's never going to be an anime. Your dumb brain somehow confused positive and negative E's, so I was making this pair 2 sizes larger than they should be. I mean, you could just wear them really cozy around the house. You watched Daria in Your So-Called Life. Both great shows, Crochet Took. I just watched a ton of Daria, actually. Not yesterday, but the Sunday before that. I crashed at my friend's house for a game, and we got up and we just watched Daria for like 2 or 3 hours. While I knit, actually. It was delightful. Like, where are you going with this ship? Exactly. And why did they do... I don't know. I was super weird. I have no idea what that was about. I don't know if they were hoping that that would be something that would draw people in for a second season or what. It was just strange. These socks aren't for you. Okay, then you can't do that. You used to have a banner in your room for Cowboy Bebop. Daria is your jam. Here, Emily. I don't know anybody who doesn't love Daria. And seriously? Okay, I've admitted that my first crush was Teddy Ruxpin when I was 6. But my only human cartoon crush was Trent from Daria. I am not ashamed to admit this. It's not my fault he's not a real person. You're the complete series, not Daria, and oh, sweet! Sock knitting now, trying to get through this color work. Boo. You guys and your sock knitting, you're so bold and brave. If I screwed up a sock pumpkin, you know what happened? That sock would go out the window. Nice to see Nickelodeon. I didn't get to watch a lot of Nickelodeon, honestly, unless I was at friends' houses. We didn't have it here at our house. Not here, but my parents' house. You know what? I'm a big dum-dum because I should have put my... Well, I don't really need a stitch marker at this point. So in case you're wondering what I'm doing, this is called Magic Loop. And what it is that my circle is much smaller than any of the cables that I have. So it won't really fit on any of those. So in order to work on a smaller cable, I've taken, or a smaller circle, I've taken a very long cable so that I can basically move my needles around and manipulate things a little bit better. So I've got this cable hanging out over here. I'm going to take the back side. I'm going to slide it through like so. So that I've got some hanging out over here and I've got some hanging out over here. And you kind of just pinch this together right here. And then you just knit. You just do your thing exactly how you're supposed to. And it's magically making your circle for you, which is very helpful. This is why I never use double points. I hate double points. I've used them a few times. There are some times that I'm like, fine, I'll use double points. By making I-cords, I'm all for double points. Eureka's Castle. That's good. Yeah. talking about Cowboy Bebop makes me wonder why the live action One Piece is going to be like. I didn't know they were doing a live action of that, Rashana. You also had a bit of a crush on Trent. You feel like Daria and your so-called life are the only teenager media you ever got into. It's good. That's good media. It's quality over quantity right there. Chris Walworth was BSB and loved BBN. Oh my gosh, Hippo Monkey, that's fantastic. I know that most of the people in here have no freaking clue what you're talking about, but you get confetti for that one. You finished your first sock and you don't really enjoy it, as it turns out. Matt, right, thank you, Matt. We can be sock haters together. You know what's crazy about that, though? I love making fingerless gloves. I love making gloves. I love making hats. It has nothing to do with, like, small little tubular things. I just don't like making socks. You loved Eureka's Castle, but no to the science fiction show. Hold on one second, kids. Let's just turn the spam on my phone off. Watching you knit is magical. You tried to work with cable needles the other day and got so tangled up. Oh no! Okay, so were you trying to do magic loop like this, or were you just trying to knit in the round where it all like where you were able to get the whole circle on there? Let me know which one it was. And also, if you have time, you should take a picture of the cabled needles you were using and post it, because I would love to take a look at them. Sometimes there are cables that get really kinky that you can put them in hot water and they're much more pliable. Sometimes it's just the way you're holding them. I mean, there's so many things that could be. We can definitely figure that out for you. You reckon doing both sides of the hexie cardigan at the same time for that exact reason. Aha! Oh, hello, my lovely yarn that is getting all tangled up. We're going to have to unwind you here in a second. Boo. Boo, hiss, boo. Okay, so let's just take this and get some of this out of here. This is just because of how I'm knitting, so it's getting wound up on itself. You can take the time to undo it if you want to, but I am lazy and I don't like to do that. I'm stubborn. So I just like to take more yarn out until it kind of straightens itself up. But we do need to turn this back on for a second. Should be on grams. We are at 56, so I still have 6 grams left before I need to end this side and move on to the next side. Who doesn't get a little kinky from time to time? Here. For sure.
And just let the brush just sort of bounce around and play and just let it have fun.
Ooh, that smells.
That was a whole series of sounds. You try to avoid DPNs at all costs. You just noticed that I have that scale out, right? So that I can figure out how much yarn I need. Has anyone in the chat finished bleach? No, I don't even know what that is, Loon. I thought for a second you meant like drinking bleach, and I was like, why? Don't drink the bleach. 3 minutes until our final round of goodies and goof 'em ups, you guys. So make sure that you are a subscriber if you want to play on the wheel with us. Also, if it's 3 minutes until Wheel of Goodies and Goof 'em Ups, that means that Show and Tell is just around the corner. So head on over to our Discord. Make sure you've done that. And toss in whatever you want in Show and Tell. Whatever your works in progress are. Any type of art. We don't care. Finished objects, things you're proud of. We want to see it. Just show it off. If you got something really cool and shiny that you want to show off, that's fine too. New kittens. I love bleach. I haven't finished it. I don't think there's so much. There are some animes out there that I get really frustrated with. I don't know how I feel about this. I might change the cuff on this. I might actually go down a needle size for this cuff. I don't feel like it's tight enough. I want a tighter, I like a really tight rib stitch on my cuffs, and this one is not, I'm not feeling it. So I'll continue this for a little bit. We'll see how it looks, but I might end up going down, like going back and then going down a size. Death Note was the one I was thinking about, actually. Like, I really enjoyed Death Note until it got to a point where I felt like I was watching Down with Love or some other actual movie from the 50s where it was a whole lot of, but I knew that you knew that she knew that I knew that we knew that you knew that you didn't know this. Like, that garbage is just like, It's exhausting. I was like, okay, this is dumb now. I feel like I'm watching Dragon Ball Z, but with words instead of actions. Okay, so yeah, I really, like I said, I really like a tight rib stitch personally, especially for my cuffs. I don't know what that's about. That's just me personally. Everybody's different. This one is a little loose. I mean, it's not terrible, and I'll do a few more rows, mainly just to see what it's going to look like, because it's still not quite been enough rows for me to really know. So that's an unfair assumption for me to make at the moment. You loved X-Men comic books. You would read them all the time in school. Love it, Marie. What series? Which particular X-Men series were you into? Uncanny X-Men. So many options. You're currently on the Promised Netherland. I don't think I've heard of that either. You guys have so much information that I've never heard of before. Live action Death Note. Oh my god. It exists, doesn't it? I haven't watched it, but I think it exists. Yeah, see, can you see how you can kind of see through that? I'm not into that type of rib stitch. That's what I meant by saying that it's not quite tight enough. So I think I probably will actually end up going down a size in needles. So it's a good thing that it's time for... There we go. Wheel Goodies and Goof 'em Ups. Final round just for you beautiful, beautiful stitches. While we're at it though, please, please, please remember to hit that like button so that we can make sure that this particular video hits all the airwaves. Everybody needs to know about our Doctor Who box set that's coming out. Okay, so, and this is the year of sharing. Keep that in mind as well. Let me just come right over here. Type legal. Schmiegel. It rhymes. And then we'll get a winner up as well. Goosebumps. They did a... they did a Fear... I know they did Goosebumps too, but they did a Fear Street series, and that was actually really, really good. I enjoyed that immensely. Pumpkin, congratulations! You are our final contestant on the Wheel of Goodies and Goof 'em Ups. This is very exciting. Let me get that wheel back up for you. There it is. See, it's okay that you screwed up your sock because maybe you'll win something cool tonight. Okay. There's a bunch of stuff on here. We can go over it till the cows come home, but I'm not going to. You guys know that there's good stuff and there's bad stuff. So, hello, Jessica. How are you? I'm going to go ahead and spin the wheel for you, my dear. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I can't tell. Honest to God, I think it's... Okay. It is 100% on the line. So you're getting a respin because it's exactly between game over and a Ravelry pattern. 100% on the line. So you're getting a respin. You ready? This never happens. Whew. Oh my god, what is happening right now? It is also exactly on the line. This is insane. Wheel, knock it off. Yarn Tarot! Congratulations, you're gonna get some Yarn Tarot.
Congratulations, you're a winner!
Okay, so these are my beautiful tarot cards that I have right here, and they are inspired by different yarns and fiber things. You can't even see them. Goodbye, Wheel. We'll see you on Wednesday. Knock that weird stuff off.
Goodbye.
There we go. These are my beautiful tarot cards, and these are specifically for you guys, for Boss Kitty, for Yarn Tarot. So, Pumpkin, this is how this is going to work. I'm going to focus really hard on you, and I want you to focus on anything that you want to know about, anything that you're questioning. Maybe it's a sock you're making right now. It doesn't have to be specific. It can be very, very general if you want it to. And after a while, I'll stop sitting here shuffling these cards, and we'll pick a card out, and I will tell you what it means. And you can take from that whatever you will. Please note that I am not a therapist. I'm not a doctor. Don't decide that it means you should go jump off a bridge. That was insane, right? I'm like, this is not happening right now. Okay, thinking about Pumpkin. Pumpkin, who I met in Seattle at Geekcraft Expo. Okay. I think we're going to do one more of these right here. Then we're going to go ahead and cut the deck. Bam, bam, like so. This will be your card right here. Ace of Swords, upright. Wonderful. Let me get my stuff up real quickly. Ace of... There we go. So the Ace of Swords. It's not down there. I thought it would be. Boo, hiss. Okay. Give me one sec. Sorry. What's to put there? See if I do it this way. There it goes. Okay, so upright means that you are coming up on a breakthrough of some type. It might be emotional. It might be monetarily, like money. It could be romantically. It could be just inwardly with yourself or your family, friends. But there's something that you've been struggling with that you are breaking through at this point. You're at the right point where you can just kind of get through it and be successful on the other side. You've got a lot of new ideas going on at some point in time, with something in your life. You should trust those ideas. Definitely let them grow and let them blossom into whatever it is that they are going to be. Don't be afraid of them. You've got a lot of mental clarity that's happening right now. That might be self-reflective or seeing other people in a new light. And all of it leads towards inward and outward success. So whatever path you're on right now, whatever things that you're thinking about currently that you might be questioning about yourself, trust yourself because you are obviously on the right path. That's what I got from that. That is the Ace of Swords, which for the Yarn Tarot deck, by the way, the swords are needles, knitting needles. So you're here. Like the Kool-Aid Man. Anticipation. I finished it, leftmost. Okay. Before we go into our show and tell, I just want to give a quick shout out to all of our patrons. Obviously, there are 2 patrons that are not on this list at the moment. Thank you so much to all of you for the extra little oomph that you give towards Boss Kitty Live and the business itself for Yarn. It really does help out, and we appreciate it. As a patron, you get early access to things like boxed sets, grab bags. You get cool stuff like the Fleece to Fiber project that we just did on Sunday. Sometimes we release things like the dad jokes early to you guys. You guys got to see that in advance before anybody else did. It's just little stuff like that. We do sales from time to time to show our patrons that we appreciate them, and then get to watch me sing goofy, silly songs when we hit things like 50 patrons, which we did a few months ago. So you are all absolutely amazing. And if you want to become a patron, just head over to patreon.com/BossKitty and you can join at any of our 3 tiers. We would really appreciate it. So thank you so much. Guys, I did that like all in time. Yes, I got it down. Okay.
Time to clean up.
Oh, wait. No. So close. There we go. I'm in the wrong place.
Yay!
Woo! Whoosh. I always forget to get the Discord up in time. Damn it. Good night, little brat. We'll see you on Wednesday. You saw your name up there. Yay. Okay, Elizabeth 84. January spider stitch square done. This is for the alt knots crochet along for the blanket. Yeah, so cool. Then may attempt at knitting basics. This is beautiful. I love this spider stitch. It's so squishy looking. And it's big. I'm really impressed that you guys are making such big squares. And then here's your first attempt at knitting. It looks so great. Oh my God, I love it so much. I can't believe this is your first attempt. Seriously, Elizabeth, this looks phenomenal. Your stitches are nice and even. I can see the difference between them. You don't have any drop stitches. Your edges look good. Like, this is some hot shit right there for first time knitting. You should be so proud of yourself. You're gonna be a better knitter than I am at this rate. Not that I'm a great knitter, but you know, I kind of know. I'm kidding. I'm just messing around with you guys. Pumpkin, my make-along is done with the exception of blocking. I also started my next project, making several pairs of D&D socks for my friends, the first of which I unfortunately have to frog and start over since I started them using positive ease and not negative. So she has also made the lei poof for our make-along, and she's finished it. I think this might be the first lei poof we have finished, which is very exciting. Pumpkin, this is beautiful. I really love that you used the Toil and Trouble box set, and that you trusted it and went with it. I think you did a great job. I love the way that you put the colors together, and this is going to look fabulous on you. You finally are. They're so pretty. You got them for $5. Amazing. Okay, and then here are your beautiful socks. I love these as well. Nice stitch marker. So cute. So they're all D&D socks. Are they going to have different, like, are they going to say rogue on them and paladin or whatever the heck they are? Wizard, cleric. I like them. I love the color, and I can't wait to see how they. I love toe-up socks. If I'm going to make socks, it's going to be toe-up socks. Rashana, the first picture is the coffee I got in Dead Sled Coffee's Horror Coffee Mystery Box. That is a mouthful. The second is a sketch of a Skeksis I made. And last but not least, a picture of Sherry being cute. So here's your coffee. You got Elvira coffee, Nightmare on Elm Street coffee, Tom Savini coffee, and Diablo coffee. That's great. You'll have to tell me how they are. So here's my thing with coffee. I like a medium roast or light roast, and I found most like horror inspired coffee tends to be dark roast. I don't know what that's about. But if these are any of these are medium roast, let me know how they are for sure. I love your Skeksis. It's fantastic. This is actually what Murder Mittens, our colorway Murder Mittens, used to be called Skeksis. We had to change it for obvious reasons, but this is great. I like the I love the eyes, the shading underneath them, and I think the nose might be my favorite part on this. Good job. And here's Sherry being adorable. It's me class dependent. Love it. You can just about make my monster grow, but it worked out better than I thought. It looks great. Look at that face. How can you not love that face? It's so good. You love dark roast, so you don't get as much caffeine in dark roast, and it makes my tummy grumbly. Had I made instead of cleaning. Here to that. My first try at Tons and Crochet and a very lovely shawl I was working on when I got yarn for Christmas. I love your glasses, but I also love the hat you made. It's really cute. And it looks perfect on you. This is gorgeous. The fact that this is also your first try at this is I've never tried it. It looks so difficult. You guys, I'm just blown away. This is beautiful, and I love the colors together. And then here's the shawl with the yarn you got for Christmas. Also stunning. I'm really, really digging the like the kind of rib stitch you're getting. I know that those are front posts or back posts, but you get almost kind of a rib stitch that goes through there. It's very geometrical. It's beautiful. Have you blocked this yet? And if you haven't, do you plan on it? I'm just curious if it's going to get any bigger. You know the caffeine is less intense with dark roast. You're just in it for the flavor. Emma, a new planned color scrap blanket I started. I'm colorblind, so planning any kind of color is going to get interesting. You also colorblind? Semi-colorblind. TK. It took me a long time to figure that out. I'll tell you that so far, Emma, you're doing a great job. This looks great. I love it. I like the white in between, but more importantly, I like that your colors are sporadic. Like you don't have a hard line there, right? I think that's really cool. Dark crystal scared the crap out of you. Scared the crap out of me too, but it's still wonderful. You should totally absolutely block it up. Seriously, like if you haven't had a chance to do it, I would recommend it. It's gonna open all of this up. It's gonna be it's already beautiful, but even more beautiful. Okay, Michibi weekend project. Got my nails done Saturday. Matching BK today. Love it. Then I worked up a hank I had. I got a messy bun and headband out of it. Your eye makeup is phenomenal, by the way. This is so cute and it looks so good on you. Excellent. Yeah, I don't have enough hair to do that someday. It looks really good, though. Your nails look better than my nails do because mine are chipping, and I did mine myself. You did not, and they look wonderful. I think they look fantastic. I miss getting my nails done or getting pedicures. I haven't done that in a long time either. It's really good color on you, too. Skittles Kid, Disco Fred. He's working on him this weekend, crochet kit. I painted, you did a painting you did this weekend and a reproduction of Lilac and a Glass by Monet. Okay, so let's see here. Meet Fred. His name really is Disco Fred. That's so cute. He's so adorable with his little tail. I like the stripes on his belly. So adorable. You need to knit yourself some headbands because you cannot wear hats. I love hats. I just want to bring hats down on my head and hide forever. This is gorgeous. I love it so much. Okay. I'm going to tell you that my favorite part of this painting is the glass. This is going to sound weird, maybe. But it looks like, if you look at just the glass looks like a piece of scenery all by itself. Like, I feel like you've put these hydrangeas, or lilacs, I don't remember which one it was, lilacs, into this glass, and then the glass itself is like a whole different world. Like, that's a seascape, right? And you've got this beautiful tree, and then the lilacs in the air kind of make it look like almost a sunset or something, or like leaves that are floating around, and then you've got a leaf in the water itself right here. I don't know if that's what you were going for, but it's very magical, and I really, really love it. I could stare at this all day. It's really cool. It is beautiful. Bubbles said it much more eloquently than I did. Vali and Thor being the most handsome babies, and this is the hem of my bubble cardigan, now finished and moving on to the collar band. Oh my gosh. Look at these two. They're so sweet. Oh, you have got a handful of 1 million cats now, Bubbles. Totally worth it. This belly, though. I want the toes, the feet. Oh, it's too much. Glass took the longest. The flowers were a few minutes and done. And then here's your bubble cardigan. This is the make-along that she's working on as well. So it's another cardigan for the make-along. It's gorgeous. I want to make all the cardigans, you guys. Like, I see all of yours, and I'm like, I gotta make this one. I gotta make that one. I gotta make this one. And this is another one that I want to make. It's so beautiful, Bubbles. Crafty Aunt G, my first knitting practice. My Tunson knitting or crochet I just learned over the weekend, showing the neon purple ear warmer as my first finished object. My January mood snood for alt knots. Your knitting, you're gonna get some confetti for this too. Looks fantastic. You've got that practice down. I can see your knit stitches. I can see your purl stitches. You haven't dropped any stitches as far as I can tell. It does look like you got a little bit bigger up here. You might have added some stitches in there, but that's perfectly okay too. It's gorgeous. It looks great. You should be very proud of it. These are super, super cute. It's really cool. I love this yellow. Yeah, this yellow and this purple together looks great. And then here is your mood snood. I love it. I would love to know what color is for what mood. I'm so tempted to make a snood. Knitting is so hard for you, but you're doing such a great job. Seriously. And then we got Miss Monster with spice cake and kitty pics. Oh, do I have a Gracie? Hi, you can put her on the table if you want. Hi, baby girl. How are you doing? Are you just going to go straight away by? Fine. You can do that. Oh, poor baby. I got Gracie for a hot second is what I got. Oh, she wants nothing to do with me. This spice cake looks so good. TK, make me spice cake. Look at that. It's so delicious. You make me spice cake. All the moods. Look at this kitty's face. Miss Monster, that face right there. That's a face of a million words. I don't know what he's saying to you, but I don't know if it's any good. It's adorable. Crochet Mom, this is the first pick is a quick freehand crochet purse I made to take to the doctor tomorrow. The next pick is just a quick sketch I did using chalk pastels, and then the last is a quick pencil sketch that I did a few years ago. So this is to take to the doctor tomorrow. I can't believe you just threw this together to take to the doctor tomorrow. That's amazing. I love it. Seriously, it looks nice and sturdy. I never think to do stuff like that. There's a Zuzu. Here's a quick sketch that you did with chalk pastels. Oh my gosh, this is beautiful. The shadows on the people are wonderful. Your blending is really, really good on these. And then this is a sketch you did a few years ago of a dragon. I love that too. I love the detail and all the scales. That's really good. And I'm really digging the eyeshadows. Oh, it's just lovely. Yarn Pirate. Goose is really enjoying her new toy. You got her one of those fish. Oh, Goose. Goosey Goose, you got a new fish. TK, you got to see this picture. It's the cutest thing ever. Right? You're testing me. I might need to get one of these things. Dawn, show and tell completed all knots mood snood using Premier Chanel yarn. I want to know what your moods were too. These are great, you guys. And your colors all look so good together on these. Ah, it's so cozy. Look, I need this for when I go on my walks. Jinxie Doll. Renoa is being cute and naughty all at the same time, but she held still for a picture, so here. That's what puppy dogs do. Oh my goodness, that face. The thing about animal pictures, I can't go in and scritch them. I want to scritch all your animals so much. Got a tons of project about to start because I have a chronic whip syndrome. Lamia wrap by TL Yarn Crafts in the trans flag for my wife. That's gonna look so good. Yes, 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 yes. I cannot wait to see it finished. And then your newest addition to your hook collection. Congratulations on your Furls hook. That's beautiful. I love the color. I really do need to get one of their resin hooks. And they're just so comfortable in your hand, right? JK, furry floofy love tonight. Oh my gosh, more bellies. Kitty bellies forever. Look at these toes, you guys. These feet are just ridiculous. Oh, it's so sweet. I love when kitties are affectionate with each other. Doesn't happen often. For auto poofing. You say, make me a spice cake. Poof, you're a spice cake. Love it. You need your lots of playtime or she gets bitey. Yeah, that's Zuzu. Same way. Speak of the devil. Hello, Zuzu. What else do we got? Oh, Marie's new kitten. She's beautiful. Look at that kitty. I love it. Those eyes are just so pretty. You can't chew on everything in the world, you know. It's not for you to chew on. Those eyes are just so pretty. She's already content at home, sleeping. That's great. Where do you think you're going, kitten meows? Your butt's in my face. Thank you. Oh, that face is gorgeous. Marie, congratulations. And I'm glad she and the birdie are getting along. Loon, this is Blobby. He's going to be emotional support purse. The strap, I love how it came out. The orange looks like a little wave. I hope you all have a wonderful day or night. Loon, I hope you do too. I love Blobby. Blobby is the best emotional support purse I've ever seen. Oh, this is so great. Are you using the cotton? I don't remember what it's called. I think I have this colorway though, and I love it. And yes, the wave that came out on this is really cool looking. It looks kind of like speaker waves. Do you know what I'm talking about? Audio sounds. Sound waves. There we go. That's the word I'm looking for. Megan. I don't know what this is. Hold on. Pups love it when I pull out my... Pups love it when I pull out my current blanket project. Zuzu, I can't see when you do that. Oh my gosh, look at that puppy. Look at both those puppies. They're like, all the snuggles, Mom. Hi, what are you doing? Okay. Oh my goodness, come here, little girl. Hi. Can you say hi to everybody? No, you're just going to sniff on me? Well, Zuzu and I would like to thank you so much for sticking around with us, hanging out with us this Monday. Your guys' projects are all gorgeous, as always. We will be back on Wednesday evening at 6:30 p.m. Pacific time. Hopefully you'll be there as well. I know, she's going nuts. It's going to be Wildcard Wednesday. I do believe we're doing a tutorial on... What did we want to do a tutorial on? Does anybody remember? Knitting in the round was one of them. There was another, so I have to go back at last Wednesdays and find out what the tutorial was. But there will be a knitting tutorial in the beginning, and then we'll probably spin for a little bit, I think. Oh, we'll also have some clips from our old Lord of the Rings box set previews for you guys to show off, or for us to show off, because it's pretty fun. It is sugar and cream. That's what I was going to ask, because it looks like the sugar and cream I have too. We love you all so much. I hope you all have a wonderful Tuesday. Try to stay warm, because as far as I know, it is cold everywhere right now. Use those snoods if you've got them. I will see you all soon. Have a wonderful evening. Head over to patreon.com/boxkitty if you want to join the litter pile. And until Wednesday, my loves, as always, happy crafting. Good night. Yeah.